What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Car 5 podcast. I am your host, Joshua. Today, we will be discussing the new top-end version of the Mercedes-Benz AMG GT, the GTR Pro, which is basically a better top-end version of the already top-end version of the AMG GT. Let's get it, guys. So basically, Mercedes-AMG have just produced one of the fastest cars they've ever made. When we all thought the Mercedes-Benz AMG GTR was an absolute monster, we didn't think it was going to get any better than that. Mercedes-AMG have stepped up and made an even better, faster, or stronger version of the GTR and have dubbed it the GTR Pro. It is actually one of the fastest track cars. It is 6 seconds faster than its little brother, the GTR, around the Nürburgring of 7 minutes and 4 seconds. 6 seconds faster than its previous model. That's not too bad. But to show you how fast this car actually is, or to tell you rather, the GTR Pro is faster than a McLaren 650S and a Ferrari 488 GTB. Now, why is that impressive? Because both of those cars are pretty much going to cost 1.5 to 2 times as much as the AMG GTR Pro. Now, we don't have exact pricing yet on the GTR Pro, but if it's anything like its little brother, the GTR, maybe, a few grand more, 10, 20, 30, 40 grand more, you're still going to be around the $200,000 mark. The 488 GTB can be mid threes up to almost 4, and the 650S is sitting around 300,000. So that's a pretty good bang for your buck. And if we think the GTR Pro is impressive, we just got to wait until the Project 1 for Mercedes-AMG finally hits the Nürburgring. But what's different about the GTR Pro compared to the GTR? Now, you can definitely tell via the looks. A lot more aero is present for more downforce on the car. It's a lot more aggressive looking. And when you look at the photo, of course, we're going to have a photo of it for you on our Instagram, the Car 5 Podcast, and our Facebook, the Car 5 Podcast. This is going to sound weird. It kind of has like an Xbox look to it. They've gone with this pretty cool green color, which gives it a really, really sporty look. But basically, what's new between the GTR Pro and the GTR? So every modification is fully functional and reduces lift. You're going to have a bigger front splitter and bigger canards along the front bumper. The rear wing is a little bit bigger on the GTR Pro compared to its little brother, the GTR. The diffuser by the rear wheels are actually completely done in carbon fiber, which is pretty cool. You're going to have brand new coilover suspension that is specifically tuned and made for track use. You're going to have upgraded uniball bearings. And one of the better things, you're going to have a better tuned dynamic engine and transmission mounts, which is a huge deal. So everything from the GTR to the GTR Pro, it's actually the same engine-wise in terms of horsepower and torque. It's the slightly different tune in the upgraded aero and suspension, which are going to project the GTR Pro to be 6 seconds faster around the Nürburgring. Another thing that's pretty interesting is the interior is actually nicer than the GTR. The GTR Pro is going to have a brand new steering wheel, which is going to be borrowed from the AMG GT 4-door. You're going to have an all-new center console. You're going to have upgraded LED headlights, and you're going to have a larger infotainment screen. So it's actually a little bit nicer, too, as well, compared to its baby brother, the GTR. Now, this is a common thing you'll see with automotive manufacturers. You'll see them come out with a version of a car which is the latest and greatest, but then you'll see them come out with an even better car, which is funny because if Mercedes-Benz can find a way to make a better version of the GTR Pro, my mind's going to be absolutely blown away. It's pretty incredible. As far as price goes, I am not sure. If someone else knows, go ahead and shoot me an email so I can talk about that. info@car5podcast.com. The GTR Pro is exclusively only going to be available for 2020 AMG GT models as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for episode 3 of the Car 5 podcast. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, which is the Car 5 podcast. Like us on Facebook, the Car 5 podcast. For any questions you might have, you have a recommendation for an episode I should do, or you have a little bit of constructive criticism for me, let me know. I'm always looking to improve and get better. Go ahead and shoot me an email, info@car5podcast.com. Don't forget to tune in February 13th for the next episode, episode 4, where we're going to be featuring the totally revamped Porsche 911. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody, and drive safe.